I'm up early because today I'm doing a chore that I love to do, but I don't necessarily get it done as often as I'd like. And this year I'm a little more disciplined, and that is I need to stir my compost pile. I have a backyard garden. This is gardening on the West Fork, and I'm in West Virginia, small backyard garden. And I've used up all my compost this year already. And so now I have this new pile that needs to be stirred. It's compacted due to the rain. The pile over here that has, I'm hoping that is a butternut squash. No, a spaghetti squash. Reggie and I love spaghetti squash, but you'll get things growing out of your compost pile that make you happy. And so I'm going to let that one grow. I did plant a Sweet 100 tomato plant in here because I had an extra one. And then this here is just extra dirt to fill in holes once the muskrats keep digging on the riverbank. But today we're stirring this compost pile, which in my compost are leaf clippings, and I'm going to stick it over here for now just to move it. Leaf clippings, grass clippings. I do not put anything but organic fertilizer on my grass. You don't want to add anything in here that has chemicals. You can see food scraps. You can see how wet it is. Leaf clippings, grass clippings. I do not put anything but organic fertilizer on my grass. You don't want to add anything in here that has chemicals. You can see food scraps. You can see how wet it is. It's just about getting air in here so that it'll cook. And it feels warm to touch. It doesn't smell that bad though. No. But you can see you put your food scraps, nothing cooked. Again, I'm just moving this now. You can see it's already started to decompose in some spots. The woody pieces, small branches, I cut into small pieces. The reason I'm doing this today, we're going to get rain again tomorrow. And I know it needs to be moved and stirred or it won't cook. If you have a large pile, and this will get larger as the summer progresses, if you can get in and just open up the center part of your pile, it will get, it'll warm up and cook faster. It's all about getting that internal temperature so that things will decompose. Now, scientifically, I don't do a whole bunch. I have never, in all my years of composting, done anything more than just throwing things on the compost pile. I'm fortunate because I can take all my kitchen scraps straight from the kitchen and throw it over the old garage base into the compost pile. And this pile here is new as of, I moved this pile to that pile, must have been March or April, because and then started using all this pile, and I've used it all. I mean, you never have enough compost, but when you have it, it just really feeds and nourishes your garden. There's a lot of videos out there that show you many ways to do a compost pile, but this has been mine, and it's always worked well. And I'm giving it some love this morning. And I'm so glad I am because I can see it's already starting to decompose, which tells me those hot piece of wire we don't want. Things do get in there that you don't know how they get there. Do we have possums and raccoons that come in here sometimes? You can tell because you'll find egg shells and things in the other part of the garden. So what I'm doing, I'm moving this around. Some things I'm not going to get this picky with it this morning. But I just want to get to the bottom of this. And then I'm going to throw all this back on it. And it's early, beautiful morning to do it. I thought that was a plastic tag. And that's what you do. You just keep stirring this around. What I'm going to do on this bottom part is just turn it upside down. Stir it up. Now add it back. And a nice garden task that I will benefit from, your garden benefits from, a nice little workout. Do it early in the morning, but do get out at least every, I don't know what I read, every other month, but a couple of times a season, and then let it cook through the fall, and in the spring you'll have wonderful, nice soil like we're getting right here. That'll be gorgeous for next spring. So that's my task for today, and I'm putting that out there for you to get into your compost pile, give it a stir, and keep adding things to it, because you will benefit from it and your plants will too. Thanks for watching Gardening on the West Fork. I'm going to end up throwing all this back on top of that pile, and it will probably just love me for it. So we'll see you the next time. Bye. Into the compost. This is actually an update, yeah, on what happens in 4 weeks in the garden. I stirred my compost June 25th, and this is July 25th, and you can see how much compost we've acquired. So today, at the end of, well, sometime this morning, I'm going to get in here, turn this amount of compost. I'm being diligent this year with trying to get my compost to compost a little quicker, and I will do that today. But I also want to show you what's growing in the compost pile. This is a delicata. A delicata. Look at this. I'm not going to tear it off. I don't think it's time yet. A delicata squash, and then in here looks to be, Reg, I really think this is a spaghetti squash in here. See that one? Okay, let me show you. That could be a spaghetti squash.
That could be.
And look at this huge praying mantis. Can you get it?
No.
Here he comes. Here he comes. Isn't he good looking? Anyhow, so that's what I'm going to do today. I just wanted to show you what's happening. And in the compost, I'm going to stir it again. I'm proud of myself. It's the day to do it. So I will get that done today and get out and stir your compost.